Hey everybody, Payments Professor here. It's Cybersecurity Month. We've been talking about target attacks, we've been talking about broad attacks, and I promised you in the last class that we would bring up infrastructure attacks. Yeah, infrastructure attacks, what are those? Now this class of threat, it involves attaining access to a financial institution's system, or really their infrastructure, in order to be able to carry out their evil plans. One of these attack types is called water hole attacks. Water hole attacks? What are water hole attacks? Okay, this scheme, it's where they actually place malware on a firm, or it could even be one of your clients' websites, by exploiting vulnerabilities that are in the website. It's happened a lot in the past, sadly, where if the website's got a vulnerability, the fraudsters have found out about it, and they exploit it by putting malware in place. And the idea is, as somebody visits your website, especially if it's like, say, a bank website, then they're going to be able to obtain whatever information is entered on that site. Really scary stuff. Now, water hole attacks can be very malicious, and they attempt to place malware on the site visitor's computer too. So not only do you have the problem with it's on your website, what happens is your customer comes to your website and they enter their credentials, and then they have the information that they have entered has been captured by the fraudster for the bank website, but they also will infect the consumer's computer too, in an attempt to be able to even spread more bad stuff out there. What can you do to be able to protect yourself against a water hole attack? That's going to be making sure that you are constantly monitoring your websites, that you're keeping them up to date, and that you're always scanning for any illicit software put out there. If you're a really small institution, you might be using somebody else to be able to do this for you. There are some security firms that can work with you and do this for you. If you're a really large institution, you probably have your own team and you want to be staying on top of this. Now, another one that really is scary to me is called cryptojacking. Cryptojacking, what's that? This involves where attackers, they actually gain access to the firm's technology infrastructure. It could be in-house, it could be cloud-based. It doesn't matter if it's hosted locally or if it's hosted out there on the internet. In cryptojacking, they are just trying to get inside. So, it's like hijacking, but cryptojacking, get it? And they deploy software to carry out computing tasks for the benefit of, well, the bad guys, okay? These are the bad guys are doing this. Now, cryptojacking tunnels do, of course, fundamentally compromise the institution and can potentially serve as a backdoor for a more serious future attack, something you really want to be aware of. Now, what are these bad guys really after? What are they doing? They are targeting financial institution customers because they're aimed at getting that information. What they want to be able to do is they want to be able to steal your money. They want to be able to take over your account. And we want to be aware of any of that. So what they'll do is they'll use the stolen credentials and information that they find to be able to obtain logins, to be able to obtain passwords, so that they can go through and start draining the information. So that's use of stolen credentials. Another thing that they do is called credential stuffing. What is credential stuffing? Okay, credential stuffing, in this scenario, they use bots, programs really, to be able to replace legitimate passwords and logins with new credentials and, to steal accounts. Credential stuffing can obtain the legitimate credentials in a variety of different ways. For example, by using stolen credentials or by obtaining them through the other schemes that we talked about, like with the phishing schemes. Now, these threats, some of them seem kind of basic, some of them are very complex, where they use multiple ways of being able to get in and attack us. And the truth is, there's all kinds of threats that are being faced, and we need to also look at some of those more complex threats. What are those? Those are coming up in the next class. For now, class dismissed.